In the world of sales, how are your fears and worries getting in the way from you to move ahead, and why does it matter? I'm Scott Silverman, coming to you live from Sacramento, California, on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you. Now, here's the thing. As of today, there is a contest for salespeople to speak at an event. It's the Closers Contest. And, you know, this is something that's going on today. I'm sure something cool like this will happen in the future. It is an awesome event. It is an awesome capability for salespeople. And I sat down today and I said, why would people say, I don't want to raise my hand? Why would people say I'm not interested? Why would people say I'm not going to do this? And I'm going to narrow it down to a few things. And in this video, we're going to talk about one of them, and it's fear. Fear. I don't want to look dumb. Like, one of the things that you and I deal with as salespeople, as entrepreneurs consistently, is the I don't want to look dumb feeling. And so here's what you're thinking. If you've never spoke on stage, you're on stage, you're looking at the audience, and you're imagining this in your head, and everybody's looking at me, and the entire time they're going to be looking for me to screw up. But it's completely opposite. When you're speaking on stage, there's people that want to see you succeed. There's people who want to hear your story. There's people who want to hear your version. And so, yes, there's probably a couple people in the room that are going to nitpick your presentation and say you could have done it a million ways better. But you know what? That's going to happen no matter where you go and what you do. Like, I get people on my YouTube videos and even my live streams on Facebook that tell me, you know, you could have done lighting better. You could have not been at the beach. That's always going to happen. There's always somebody who wakes up in the morning and takes a big old drink of Haterade and then goes to the restaurant and gets a Blue Hate special and then drives away in a Lincoln Navigator. Like, that's just who they are. But that's not the mass majority of people. So if you're like, hey, I'm scared that people are going to judge me. Well, I'm going to let you know something. Psychologically speaking, scientifically speaking, that feeling, for the most part, lasts for about 90 seconds. So if you're like, hey, I want to do an event, I want to speak in front of a group, but I'm scared, realize that emotional feeling and all those chemicals that are running through your body last for about 90 seconds, and then they go away. So I'm going to share something with you. 12 years ago, I was terrified to make my first YouTube video, and it was horrible. It was horrible. And then I shot my second video, and it got better. And then I shot my third video, and it got better. It took me a good couple of hundred videos to get used to being in front of a camera, learning how to look at the camera, figuring out lighting, figuring out right angles, figuring out perfect time, but it happened. So 15 years ago, I started training salespeople and service technicians for heating and air. And the first time that I was in front of the room, had the nervous stomach, had the nervous problems, had the nervous issues. And then the second time it got easier. And then the third time it got easier. And then, like, I lost count how many times that I presented in front of a room. I've lost count how many times I presented in front of a camera. I've lost count how many times I've been in front of Zoom. I'm not telling you just to be like, hey, look at me, I'm so cool. I'm sharing with you, it takes a step. It takes you to say, look, I am going to commit. I'm going to move forward. I'm gonna raise my hand and put my hand up and say, I am 100% interested in this contest. It sounds cool. It's an amazing opportunity, So, like, you may not know how hard it is sometimes to get on a stage. Sure, there's events and you can email out and say, I'm interested to speak. And that's a good way to get started. But when somebody puts on a contest and they're like, hey, all you have to do is raise your hand and jump through like these 9 hoops. And you're like, someone's going to judge me. Someone is always going to judge you. Someone's going to judge me right now. They're going to look at this video and go, Scott, you're wrong for 4 or 5 reasons. You know what I'm going to say? Okay. But you know what? I'm going to say, where is your video? Where is your content? Where is your, like, hey, I put some information out there. And what you need to know is most of the people who talk like that are the people who haven't done anything. Now, sure, there's going to be some successful people that look at you like you could have done it better. That's always going to happen. So should you apply for a contest like Ryan Stewman's Closer Contest? Absolutely, for the Million Dollar Mastermind. It just makes sense. It's a smart thing for you to do. It's a way for you to get on somebody else's stage and be introduced to new people. And I will share something with you. Speaking on a stage is addictive. It's really cool to look out into an audience and be like, hey, there's some really cool people here. There's some really awesome people here. And oh, that person's my hero. And oh, I've always wanted to speak with that person. And here's what you need to know is when you are a speaker at an event and you are a speaker on a stage, you get treated differently. You get interacted with differently. You know, people come up, they want to congratulate you, they want to talk to you, influencers that you've always wanted to meet instantly, even if your presentation sucked, instantly have respect for you because you got up and you did it. There you go. You got one of 3 things to do from here. Find the like button. It's a thumb. Just hit the thumb. That's cool. Subscribe if you've never subscribed. I've got over 2,500 videos on this channel. Just a few. And here's the thing. You really like the video? Share it with a friend. There you go. We'll see you soon. Thanks for dropping by. Aloha.